Hello everyone, welcome back to another Title Tuesday. It's uh, it's another Tuesday and we have the Title Tuesday, and once more I'll be trying to uh, play this one. And each time I play the Title Tuesday, I say this title will an Indian win Title Tuesday, and I feel like I'm part of that equation, but it has never happened so far, and here we are. We're just about a minute away from the kickoff, and let's get some music on. Let's get some music on. Let's get ourselves hydrated and find out if one of the Indians is going to win the title Tuesday. Part of the reason why I feel so pessimistic about the chances is because of Hikaru playing the title Tuesday each time. It feels like some kind of reservation there for Hikaru, that he's already there and it's taken. But let's see, let's see. Sometimes exceptions do happen. And among the top players this week, we have Aditya Mittal. Let's get some music on though. Yeah, there we have some music ready. I hope it's audible to everyone. I hope it's all the right pace, the right amount of music, the audio, and everything. And let's get some chess action going now. Wonder why I took this pawn, but it should be okay, I guess. I just woke up from a nap before the stream though, so I'm I'm not sure what has happened in the rest of the world while I'm playing this game. So much chess action going on all across the world, especially amongst the Indian players. So very curious to understand, very curious to check that out, which we'll try to do from time to time. But we have some pretty exciting action title Tuesday itself in terms of the players. I've been playing so fast, and that's it. Not so great. Diagonal is open. Too weak, too fast. Let me try to wake up fast enough. Now we want to get this e4 going. There we have it. There we have it. Finally, we have e4 into the mix. Kind of given a bit too easily to me, I guess. What's bishop h2 check? I will have to move my queen away for the moment. for the moment. Playlist you can just find in one of the NCS cuttings. NCS means no copyright songs. Attacking this. We want to get e5, but when we play e5, we want to keep d5 under control. So we'll try to get this bishop onto g2. Now I haven't really thought what to do against b4 here so much, but I think we'll go knight d5. Knight d5 shouldn't really work, but he just doesn't go b4 at all. f4 would get killed now. Just come back. I want to take the a6 pawn, and e4 feels safe to me, because if he does take bishop to e4, queen to a6, he takes with the knight. Here also we can get queen into a6, I think, and this bishop can go to e5, this knight can go to e5. He just goes queen c7 for the moment, but he's getting short of time, which is good news for us to try and create pressure as long as we stay awake. Thank you, Anshika. Thank you so much. I can go rook d1, I can go knight c4, and what else can I do? I can just make one difficult move, but there's no threat with something like queen b5. I have to try and create a threat. I have to try and improve the position a bit where it's possible. So I think I'll now I'm also getting low on time. I think I'll just move this knight off a trade, make a bit of a strategic improvement. I think this should be better for white. My opponent is teetering close to being 0 on time, and I think we have this in the bag. It's pretty safe from here onwards. Queens is a check, and that's a good start. It's always nice to have a good start. It's always nice to start with 1 out of 1, and here we have it, 1 out of 1. Arvind is playing today. Arvind is playing. I can instantly see it from his user ID that Arvind is playing, and it's all a bit messed up from the previous stream, but we'll get it fixed. Yeah, There we go. Arvind is playing with the black pieces and he's struggling in this game. I'm really surprised that he's struggling. He's someone who's so strong in general, but he's hanging on. This is checkmate after rook 8. Opponent goes for a longer win, and now rook g8 and h8 should win. So Arvind is winning this one. He's going for stalemate. Look how cute. What a cute way to resist. But it won't work and Arvind loses on time. His opponent sees that final trick. That's a bit of a pity. So we have Hikaru then. The standings are not updated, but yeah, we have Hikaru out there on the top. Yeah, there we go. Along with Andrikin, Fedosiv, Grishchuk, and so many people at 1 out of 1. A few games still going on, but that's basically the end of round 1. And Bharat is playing among the usual suspects. There is Arpun is also an Indian GM. I think its name is Pranesh. Yeah, Pranesh is playing. There are a lot of Indian talents playing today. I also saw Aditya Mittal playing. Abhidabi, Abhimanyu Puranik is playing. This is a power pack title Tuesday today. India has sent in. Not that India has sent in, but we have a lot of strong people playing. And at the end of round 1, a lot of them have 1 out of 1, and that's the last game in round 1, and we're going to have round 2 pretty soon. So let's get back to the playing zone, and there we go. Round 2 has begun, and meanwhile this is the standings here. Let's go. D4 has been a bit of a problem for the last few title Tuesdays. I'm just going pretty safely. Bishop to f8 and pawn to c5. So I don't really have to remember much here, I hope. What am I supposed to do here? Bishop d7, bishop d5, I don't know. Yeah, this I feel I can play knight to c6. We'll go some knight e2 here. I'll flip my rook to c8 and I think we are under control. My opponent is a candidate master, which means someone likely to be quite young, I think. And yeah, here the trick is if c into d4, there is knight into c6, bishop into c6, then some knight e2 comes. And then white tries to get this knight onto d4, that's how it goes. And how do we counteract against this trick? It's knight e2. I think rook c8 is one simple option to do that. Now we take cd, and knight into c6 is no longer an option. Of course, white can always go knight e2 in these types of positions. Black can respond with knight e4, I think, and the game goes on. Bishop e1 now, c into d4, knight into c6, and this doesn't feel right. Knight into c6, I think rook into c6. Or I can take with the bishop also. I like to take with the rook from a strategic point of view, but I'll take with the bishop now. Let's get the knight to e4. Nice square for knight. And this feels like a pretty decent position for black. Queen can go to f6. My bishop can come to g7. I feel like we have gone over. We've gone past the most dangerous phase. When white takes on e4, it's important not to be greedy and take this with a check, because there is an intermediate move with bishop f2. But just recapture on e4. And if it goes bishop f2, then I think we can even take on f4. So some problems for white to solve here. This bishop even didn't really feel right. Yeah, now queen into d4 check, bishop f2. So we have to do this. d5 will just come back. Can take this also. There is queen d4 check, but finally there is bishop f2. So it's just come back for now. This is defended. Knight into e4. Now we have queen d4 check. And pawn goes to e3. Potentially towards e2 as well. f4 is hanging, d5 is hanging, and we will try and get the pawn to e2. Queen b4 is an option. Threatening b2 and then threatening e2 also. c8 is protected. Nice and cozy. If queen d7, we always have bishop a6, and then take either this pawn or this pawn. So this is a tournament pasted in the chat. I guess it's a tournament link. Yeah, it is a tournament link. Now my opponent is in a serious thing. Finally goes knight to e2. Bishop a6, rook c2, just piling on that. And I can also just start with queen into e2. So what shall we do? Surplus of nice options. Just go queen into b2. Let's just get the pieces going. It's very important to act according to what is strategically correct. Important to trust one's understanding. Now we get this pawn to e2. This is attacked. Now we just pick up the piece. Especially if one is like good and strong in chess. If one is not, then it's difficult to give good advice. It makes it slightly more complex. But yeah, 2 out of 2. That's a nice start. And let's see if any of the Indian games is going on. Hikaru is still playing against Grandmaster from Greece. And look at this chat. Hikaru is losing this one. Oh my god. That's like... how often do we see that? Hikaru's king on e1. How did this even happen? If this time we'll have a look at this. I'm so surprised. So surprised to see Hikaru losing. And now just simple checks. Queen a3. Queen a3 is checkmate. And Hikaru has in fact resigned. So Hikaru has lost that one. I pressed that. I didn't quite intend to press that game. Let's see which other game is going on. Grishchuk is still playing, and Grishchuk has the black pieces. He's also struggling. Title Tuesday is not an easy tournament, guys. And we have Mitraba playing. Mitraba is white and he has lost his game against his French opponent, a candidate master from France. Indian star is playing, and I think her game has just gotten over. So that's most of the Indian games over. And let's have a look at the standings at the end of most games after 2 rounds. Still 326 received Dubo, also there Jeffrey Chong, Jobawa, Champ 2005 marking his attendance today, and he has 2 out of 2. Um, Big favorite amongst the Indians. Bharat also has 2 out of 2. Pranesh has 2 out of 2. And Abhimanyu Puranik with 2 out of 2. Still early days, still a lot of people out there at the top. Now, if we can get a good score at the end of 4 rounds, that would increase our chances. I'm not quite sure who this FIDE master is. There's the candidate master Chess Dragon 7161 who's still playing with the black pieces, and it's a draw. It's a draw in an opposite color bishop endgame, and it ends in a draw. Who is Chess Dragon 7161? Also, the name not given here. But yeah, so many people with 2 out of 2, and Hikaru Oda with 1 out of 2. Two more games still going on. Sarana in a clearly drawn end game, and this one where white is clearly winning with an extra rook. This should be a easily drawn end game, and the round 3 should begin any moment after this one. So just waiting for this to end. Yeah, now Rook G7 check. This is a standard defensive move. A very important and instructive moment. Rook G7 check. The stalemate trick. And now this rook starts checking from behind. So it's a pretty elementary draw. And now this king side go to the correct square. King f8, king e6, king e8, f7, king f8, king e8. Yeah, that's a draw. That's a draw, and it looks like Pranav is also playing today. I see Pranav online. Wow, what a power packed Tuesday this is. How did this become so strong? And I'm playing Denis Lazovic, the 3rd round. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Just going non-theory. Getting out of the opening ASAP. I don't have any quest to complete here. If you guys watch my previous stream on my channel, you would relate to what I'm talking to. Just need to play good chess. Jabal London has become crazy for this. This Denis Lazovic is really strong, Akash. I think. By the way, are you the Akash Jain that I know? I still haven't figured out how I want to respond against this. I think I'll just take the knight to a4 for the moment. He will probably play h6, but then it's curious why he started out with c4. And it's also an option for me to play a3. And a3, b4, I can always go knight a4. And this king can stay on f1 also, although I don't see why that would be so useful for me. In general, he wants to play this bishop to b4. Just go a3 for now. I think black is fine. Yeah, with queen b6, even cancelling long is an option for him. I don't like this, having to deal with this constant threat of b4 here. So I think I'll try to clear some space for my knight in case now we have the knight out on e2. Now how do we deal with this queenside menace? We can play c3, we can play b4. We can start with b4, a5, c3. But in general, maybe better not to touch that. As the saying goes, do not play on that side where you're weak. Instead, let's focus on this side. Let's make progress on this side. Okay, now he's running away with his king. Makes a lot of sense from his perspective. It's also safe in our king. His rook will come into the game. If we trade, not sure if that's such a bad thing for us though. I want to get my knight onto g3, but I also want to stop this juggernaut. These pawns for 1 second. Yeah, I think I don't mind this fixture so much as opposed to the alternate fixture. Now we need to start making some progress on the other side. I'll take this for the moment. We need not remove this because he could have taken some rook into a1 and then we would have massive problems. Now I can't get this g5 going. I think I need to get this going. I need to play faster. So let's try and focus. The game has been too slow. It's not a social construct. He's going to exert pressure on this point. No, why he had to do that. After rook c8, my queen is trapped. Should I come to h2? Yeah, I think queen is relatively safe on f4. You can't really play g5. After rook c8, I also have this move rook a1. I just realized. Rook e to c7 is rook a6. If he takes though, just takes and queen d7. Keeping the queens on is better. We have the a5. Oh, so close. Wow, that was nice. That was nice. That felt good. It felt good to win that game, and I think that rook a1 point was a crucial moment where I just saw one move more than my opponent, and of course at some point I became totally quiet. But that was quite satisfying. 3 out of 3, and this is one of the best starts in recent times. Still some more games going on, but I don't expect a lot of games to be going on. So I think oh, Bharat is still playing. Bharat has won, so he also moves into 3 out of 3. So let's try and have a look at the standings. Let's try and look at a quick look at the standings. Yeah, Champ is also out there on 3 out of 3. Bharat 3 out of 3. Abhimanyu Puranik on 3. Not so many people on 3 out of 3. And in case you had some kind of a disconnection, in case you had some kind of a lag, make sure you refresh and just going with my perk defense. My opponent is a grandmaster from Turkey. His name is Sanal Wahab. Now this position which I have, these positions tend to be slightly more pleasant for white. Yeah, I think the lag was momentary. So there was a very brief disconnection from my end that lasted for like a few milliseconds. If you had blinked, you wouldn't even have noticed it. Ship e3, there might be some knight g5. So it's an option to take and get the rook to d1. You can also start with the rook to d1, I think. Shouldn't really bother so much. But then he takes and not sure if we want to allow that. But knight into e6, it also makes his life easier. So I think the correct move here should be bishop to e3. I'm playing a bit slow today, but unusually slow. Yeah, now I take this and get my knight to f1. g6, there will be knight g3. d5, I think I can just take this. I want to get some rook d1 and e5. Create pressure on the f7 pawn. So he prevents it with rook e5. Good move. Now it feels like he's totally neutralized all the threats. I didn't take this move into account, and now he's pretty safe, and this g4 is an annoying threat to deal against. Just get the queen out of the way for now. Still g4 I have no good solution against for the moment. Getting this knight to e3 feels good. Should it be this knight or it should be this knight? It should come to d2. There's knight c4 as well as knight f3 now. Knight f3, he just has rook c5 for the moment. He's comfortable. His pieces have squares. Maybe I'll just take this for now. There's this threat of d5 incoming. Should have thought about it before taking it. I have no option but to go on the defensive. Or maybe I do have options, but I'm intimidated enough to go on the defensive. And time is also low. He can get the queen to b4. Slightly improved version. It's always a useful thing to have the rook here. This feels loose, but kind of like the only option not to get worse, I think. He has bishop e5. Now I'm just losing a pawn. This hasn't been the best of games from me. Now it's just so totally lost. He's getting king g7, rook h8, and there's just no way to stop it. It's going on h3 is too powerful. So it's pretty much resignable, this question. I'm just making this move. Bishop at g3 wins here, king g7 also wins. With king g7, I might have some queen h4 related defense. Yeah, this also wins. Bad game. But okay, let's focus on the other Indians. How's Champ doing? Champ is playing against Grandmaster from Paraguay, and he's not doing great. That was not expected. Thought Ronak would be doing better. I don't want to be in the same points as these kids. Pranesh is doing well. He has 3 out of 3, and he has a clear advantage. And this is Abhimanyu Puranik with the black pieces. Let's stick to this. This is going to be a pretty finish. Rook g2 is incoming, and there's going to be mate soon. So his opponent resigns, and a crushing win by Abhimanyu against Sean Roderick from Canada. A pretty high rated I am there. We also have Arvind on 3 out of 4. Champ is still surviving there. That is Ronak. But this is pretty much technically lost. Just takes, get the pawn to e5, and it's hopeless for black. So there's no way to come back from this, and it's game over, and Ronak resigns. Pranesh's game is interesting, and he's also one of these young IMs. Meanwhile, Hikaru has bounced back. He's on 3 out of 4. Arvind has bounced back. He's also on 3 out of 4. And Priyanka Nutaki is on 3 out of 4. That's Indian star. 325 players still there in the title Tuesday. And Abhimanyu on 4 out of 4, along with 9 others. That's actually pretty decent. 3 out of 4 with 9 others, and 7 more rounds to go. It's 11 round event. Would love to have a look at my previous game. This one's slipping out of Pranesh though. Black has got some pretty good counterplay. There's not going to be Rook G7. Rook to G3 check. Now he'll take this pawn on H3. He just wants to go F3, get the bishop to G3. He's bringing his king onto G3. This is actually pretty good play by Black. Pretty strong play by Black. He has to get this rook to E1, bishop to C3, rook to E1, and White will be totally paralyzed. Now pawn to F3. He's going to have to give up this bishop sooner or later. He doesn't. This allows rook E1 check, and he has to resign or get checkmated. A lot of losses there in the fourth round for our Indian players. Pranav seems to be playing with 2 out of 3, and he's not winning this one. So it's not a great start from Pranav standards. He's actually quite strong in blitz in general, and he's pretty strong overall as well. One of those players who are just waiting to become a grandmaster, who is so close and just waiting to become a grandmaster, but not yet totally there. Meanwhile, what else is going on, chat? What's up with you? Are you guys there? I guess that's the end of almost all the games on round 4. There's this GM from USA who spells so close to Aram Hakobian. He's actually from Armenia. His name is quite close to Nial. I kind of pronounce it like Nial, and that feels so similar to Nihal. Or is it just me that who says Nihal everywhere? So yeah, this is the standings after round 4. We have just about 10 people on 4 out of 4, and only one Indian, that is Abhimanyu Puranik, who is super strong, by the way. Rated about 2600, super strong. And then we have few people in 3.5, but post 3.5, this is like the Delhi metro. There are like 1 million people on 3 out of 4, and just no place to stand here. And I'm also out here along with a bunch of other Indians. There is Hikaru, who lost the very first round. That's going to hurt the tie break. There's Raunak, Arvind Chidambaram, Avinash Ramesh, an international master from India who I haven't really seen him play much in India though. There is also Elhar Srihari from I think Tamil Nadu, another promising international master. Indian star, that's Priyanka Nutaki, and there are some formidable people below 3 as well. There is Andrekin, there is V Pranav, undisputed 92, I'm not quite sure. There is Sham Nikal from Chennai, 2.5 out of 4. And we're not quite sure who's. This is Dev Shah from Mumbai, promising young talent. And then we have a bunch of people at 2 out of 4, including Wonderful Time, who's actually quite strong, by the way. And Ginger GM, that's a familiar name. And this is where the standings are at the end of 4 rounds, people. And we are going to have a little bit of break towards the rounds after 4 rounds. So I'll also be back after a very, very, very quick break. And yeah, in about a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll be back for round 5 for action.
Welcome to the World Rapid Championships from Warsaw, Poland. We're about to get going. Magnus now forcing the king closer. Yeah, this is very, very tricky for the Georgian player. No, and he blunders his rook.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh!
Oh my gosh.
He
He
blunders
did
his
that?
rook,
Why?
and Magnus
What did he-
wins the game. And that
man.
was a lesson in just pressure, pressure, pressure. Duda, he has 3 pawns more than his opponent. Duda has won 3 in a row. He's getting off to a fantastic start. Gunina and Kostenyuk, 2 players with a perfect score. They're going to be facing each other. Kostenyuk once again has turned it around. And for the first time in the game, Gunina is down on the clock. Gunina is going to have to resign what initially looked like an amazing game from her. Magnus still has the threat on the pawn. There's the threat of rook f2. Magnus was actually very clever in how he just avoided the trade. And Shiro has lost on time.
So we have 3 players in first place right now in the open section.
This round, it's Alireza Firouzja and Magnus Carlsen.
I think Magnus is going to wrap this up really quickly.
The king moves away from the check. Magnus maneuvering his knight to a superior position. And Alireza resigns the game. The number 1 and number 2 players in the world right now. And Magnus Carlsen coming out there victorious, needing a win here if he is to have a sole lead. Magnus just simply retreating the king 1 step back. There's no stopping him from getting a queen on the next move. He's gonna win it, and he's gonna take the lead in this tournament. Carlsen playing against the youngster from Uzbekistan.
Abdusatorov has beaten some really strong players in this tournament, and that makes me kind of optimistic about his chances against Magnus here.
And Magnus now is going to give up another pawn. Wow, look at this. For the second time, Magnus is giving up pawns in order to just get rid of them. There's a check coming in here from
Oh my God.
Abdusatorov, and Magnus
What?
resigns. Abdusatorov takes the lead after a win against the reigning champion. Carlsen will have the opportunity to strike back with the white pieces against Nepomniachtchi.
Magnus is probably regretting this knight cd5. Now he's definitely forced to be playing for the draw.
He's not going to be catching Jan Nepomniachtchi.
That was surely a very disappointing game with the white pieces.
It's the big matchup of this round. If Kostenyuk makes a draw with the black pieces, she will be crowned world champion.
I would have to give the edge to white in this position because of the permanent nature of black's king problems.
I agree that this is an advantage.
We are back, everyone, and I'm playing against Ronak. Not an opponent I enjoy playing against. I just don't remember what I'm supposed to do already. C3 was I supposed to play knight f6, knight e7. No, I think we are on track. I think I'm just doubting myself unnecessarily. We're on track here, and I think knight f6 is a move. I think so. Multi-skill tuber, you will get a chance to see that later. If you want, I can I can continue that where we left now also. Yeah, this is a problem, guys. Houston, we have a problem. Once you get this knight to d5, and there's just no good way to get this queen out of this pin for the moment. He has such a formidable center too. So this isn't good at all. I have to take this, and I guess I just need to keep the game going somehow. He'll get his queen to d3. I want to get queen e7, queen e6, but then he has d5. Do I have knight e5 there? I think I do, and I think I'm surviving for the moment. 3 out of 4 rounds. Queen e6 has bishop b3 in any case. So let's get the rook to d8. It all looks so dubious though. Looks like something has to fail. Very suspicious construction from. Just takes this pawn. Yeah, this also works for him. This is also like crushing an identity. There's no good way to save material like this. Worse on all cons. Yeah, this is one simple way for him to get an advantage and a winning position. Yeah, now this knight e7 check. Alright, that didn't pan out. That didn't pan out well. Bishop c5, what? I wonder what. I went wrong right here. After c3. But what am I supposed to do here? I just don't remember. c3, I think, I was supposed to go knight e7. d4, e into d4, c into d4, bishop e4 check. I just mixed it up. Yeah, this is the line. This is the line. And I just mixed it up. Alright, so that's good. That's good that he's going to 4 out of 5. And we have Abhimanyu as one of the early leaders amongst the Indians. But he's seriously short of time against Jabbar with the black pieces. Short of time, and something has also gone seriously wrong in his position. This is this totally feels like something has gone off. He has some counterplay, some tricks up his sleeve, but yeah, it looks terrible. Something has gone wrong. He's down a queen. I wonder how Bharat is doing. Indian star has 4 out of 5. Indian star has 4 out of 5, and going over the other Indian games. Yeah, that was kind of expected. Abhimanyu losing that, and he stays at 4 out of 5. Which is a pretty decent score, but he needs to score heavily in the next 6 rounds. At least 5 out of 6 to get to the top 5. Bharat has an interesting position. He's down a piece, but he has these 2 connected passes. And he can get this pawns rolling, b4, a4, b3, and he can also take on d4 whenever he wants to. So this is actually better for black here. Just laughing at the wordplay of Anish in the tweet. Srinath. Okay, so getting back to Indian star is Priyanka Nutati, who is one of the most promising girls in Indian chess. She's quite young and up and coming, and has been doing really well for the last few years. So I think one of the best Indian hopes, and has been flying a bit under the radar in general, but yeah, she's one to watch out for. Knight c2 check and now d4 check I think would have been a nice move, but Bharat doesn't spot it on time. And now knight e2, knight into f4, knight into h3. He can win all these pawns. He loses these pawns on the queen side, but he wins back a lot on the other side. Knight into h3, knight f2, knight into g4, and e5 is also vulnerable. So it's going to be tough for white to save this one. I think time to move this one. In the end, black is going to have 4 pawns more. This is not going to be easy for the knights to hold, because the knights have limited range, and the horses do get scared easy. So these pawns, when they advance, it's going to be pretty tough for white to hold. Yeah, knight e6 check. Pawn goes all the way to d2 and it's game over now. So Bharat wins that one. He also moves to 4 out of 5. So we have a lot of people in 4 out of 5. There is Abhimanyu, there's Raunak, then Hikaru as well, amongst non-Indians, Bharat and Priyanka. 4 of them at least. And Pranav has 3.5. Avinash has 3.5. And who else? Yeah, I think that's all we have. Arvind also lost his 5th game after he lost the first round. So, very unexpected performance from him as well. And I think this is the last game in this round, and white is totally losing here. So fasten your seatbelts for round 6 action. Another grandmaster. Game has begun. I'll just stick with the Jabava London, which has worked out well. Who's my opponent? Dmitry Gurevich. Not really expecting to get much out of open in this game as well. Bishop is safer on e2. This is similar to my game against Dennis for now. Can I play the knight to a4? Queen into d4, just knight into a6. Doesn't likely to work. I think I need to take and go knight a4. Yeah, I had to do that. Queen a5 check, there's c3. Queen b4 check, there's c3. Then next I'll get the pawn to b4 and not allowed to get the c5. So we are playing against this bishop strategically. This is the point of white's play in this variation. Knight to e4. Can I want to get b4, but maybe I can delay it. Maybe I don't need to do it right away. Something like bishop d3, keeping the tension on. Bishop d3, c5 I'll take, and then I'll take d to c5. Bishop to c5, there's b4. Bishop d3, we want to get b4 at some point. Are you rooting? Yeah, I think this is what we wanted, right? Bishop d7 is some knight d6. Bishop d6, there will always b4. Otherwise, there's this threat of knight b6. Knight b6 is a tough threat to deal with. Yeah, bishop to b7 with the idea of rook d8. I think we gotta go b4 here. Queen b5, knight to b6, rook d8, and then simply queen e2 or queen e4, trading the queens. That should be the way to go. And I don't think queen e2 will work because there will be rook d3. Now why not do this whole thing? The direct knight b6 rook d8 queen. Nah, I think b4 will be necessary. Let's get b4 in, knight b6, and then queen e4. Because queen e2 there's some rook d3 incoming, so queen to a4 is the way to go. And I think now I can get my rook to h3. I think we have things under control for the moment. Momentarily under control. He's getting this rook to f5, but just the knight to d6. Bishop d6 is there. I can't play knight to c4 or just bishop to d2. This pawn is vulnerable. We need to keep it safe. We need to be careful here a little bit. Yeah, but I'll go for bishop d6 because this puts this rook on h8 out of the game, and I think that is bound to come in handy. Rook into h5, I think f3. Playing against this bishop now and also threatening to queen this pawn. Just playing against the opposition pieces. Control is the word. He can continue to resist with some bishop d8. Then I think I'll just bring my knight back. I can just play rook to d3. Now I have to just push this pawn. It's very handy that this bishop on d6 controls h2. Just protects against the c pawn. Oh, This is a blender. This is a blender, and now we win. It was a time travel blender. I think that was a good strategic game. What do you think, chat? What do you think, guys? Was that good? Did you guys like that game? That felt good to me. It felt like a proper win, no tricks and stuff. It was a methodical outplay. And this variation feels so easy to play with white when Jubawan under. Pranav is not doing great against his opponent. Let's have a quick look at how the games are going. After 6 rounds, Jeffrey Chong, Matthias Bluebaum, and Grishchuk with 5 out of 6. And some people are playing with 5 out of 5. Ferosev, Dubo, Jobawa, and Akobian. Meanwhile, quite below, there's not quite below, just a bit below, there's Raunak with 5 out of 6. Oh, Pranav is turning this around. He's just turning this around. He won back the pawn. Just couldn't find the finishing blow there. And now black, queen d4 check. He had to go queen d4 check. Yeah, now it's still potentially dangerous. But now I think black has things under control. This should end in a draw. Bharat has 4.5 out of 6 along with Hikaru. So this might be one of those rare title Tuesdays that Hikaru is not going to win. Abhimanyu has lost 2 in a row. So he has 4 out of 6. I didn't expect that to happen. And Priyanka has also lost. Arvind is at 4 out of 6. Oh, Pranav is turning this around again. Rook into h5, nice trick, and he wins, and he also goes to 4.5 out of 6. Much closer to the point he's expected to score at, where he belongs. So that's where the top Indians are. Lot of players this title Tuesday, more than 300 players, and there again Ginger GM with 3 out of 6. His opponent not too happy, Nikolakis. He Halkias from Greece. He writes, "We play chess, but my friend, that's just frustration. This is speed chess format. This is 2022, and if you can't move along with the moving times, you're bound to be frustrated all your life." Meanwhile, quick update in the games. We are not looking at the games, but update. Shashikaran is winning against Michalik in the Prague Challenges, and in the Masters, Harikrishna is not having a great run. Vidit has already drawn his game against David Navara, and in the French League, Arjun is winning. That will give him a lot of confidence, and Nihal has an advantage. So let's go and face Foggy Morning, who has disabled chat apparently. No distractions player. E4, C5. Going towards the good old Sicilian stuff. I'm a big fan of facing this opening though. Grishchuk has never won the title Tuesday, is it? Yeah, I think it's still a better title, but I have hopes from Raunak. Raunak kind of owns title Tuesday. What I played right now, it's not good actually. I should have started with Bishop D7, I think. Bishop D7, Knight A5 is the way to go here. Because this gives a lot of play here on the center with E5 related stuff. It can get pretty nasty and dangerous for black. After E5, this knight comes on to E4. So I made a mistake there, kind of played on autopilot. That's a tricky thing because in Blitz, you do want to play fast. But when you play fast, this can also happen. And now he goes for E5 after 43 seconds, I think. I'm just hoping to survive the initial part of this game. That's a goal. It's not taken for granted. Now there's also an option to castle long, by the way. So I'm just keeping my options open. It's also a good thing to do in life. Now we don't want to get castle up next, and then maybe some knight c5 go. Knight to c4. Yeah, castle. Just get castle going. We don't want any nasty hits out here doing. Let's try and get this bishop out. It's the bishop I want. This bishop I don't care so much about, but this also takes the e4 square under control. Creates threats like b4, which threatens to take this knight out of the game. My opponent is not playing with a lot of confidence, which gives me a lot of confidence in return. Seems very hesitant. These attacks are not that dangerous, I think. Because h5 I can always play h6. And b4, knight a4, knight e4 is also tempting and attractive option. But for now we bring the rook, we take the d7 square under our protection. Bishop to c5, this bishop to c5. And after h5, that's h6. Yeah, bishop into c4. I think b4 is kind of being asked to play. b4, knight e2, and then I guess some a5, a4 is also in the plan. As long as I'm not blundering anything here. There are knight e4 related threats also. Okay, but if he wanted to go knight a4, then why did he even... That's also understandable. I don't think he has a realistic option to allow a5, a4. I didn't see a good difference for him. Now this knight can get active from d6. It feels safe for me to take this pawn. I think I'll just take it. This bishop can be pretty useful from g5. So bishop g5 is possible, bishop f2 is nice. Yeah, bishop g5, queen h3, h6. This is the plan. Yeah, now h6. And now there are threats like, yeah, this was expected. I'll just take this and I'll take this pawn, I think. Now we have threats like bishop f6, knight d2 check in the air. Queen d3, he does defend a lot of things. Now what can we exert pressure against? There's only 4 seconds. So here difficult mode render him defenseless. Difficult unexpected. I think I'll just go queen f5. Just moving away my queen. Moving away his king. Now let's bring this into the game. Already go bishop d5. Rook into f5, bishop into d3. But I'm not sure if that wins anything. Queen into g4. Now bishop d4. This queen f. This shouldn't be working. Yeah, that was smooth. That was smooth. That was nice. It's always nice not to play one of these prodigies, you know, like Ronak. And here we have Ronak. Why didn't he take this bishop? Because there's a hit on f2. He's playing against this international master from Canada, 5 out of 6, Ronak, in a pretty promising position. He might have to play b3 here. That means his position is not great, and he repeats with a draw. Cool. So Ronak maintaining his chances there, 5 out of 7. Let's have a quick look at how the top games are going. Grishchuk is playing against Duo. He has a clear advantage. He's winning here. Now we also have Aditya Mittal playing, and crazy position here. 4 out of 6. This is also likely to go towards a draw. Pranav is playing. I clicked on the wrong game. But yeah, Pranav is playing. Arvind is playing. Arvind is not doing great today. He's very. Oh, this is nice though. This has opened up things. Bishop h6 was there. Bishop h6 was the move. Bishop h6 is still there. He has to find bishop h6. He needs. Oh, now there's king b2 and rook into c2. He had to find bishop h6. Not his day today. Not his day. He's not having a great day. How is Pranav doing? Oh god. Yeah, now he clicked on the right game. Pranav is doing well. These bishops doing a good job. Oh, why did he take the pawn? These moves are not easy to find in time trouble. And take, yeah, king g2. He's lost on time. Bad internet is very tough when you have less time. And he was lagging a bit there. White pawns on b4 and a5, so the a5 pawn is protected in case you're wondering why there's no checkmate here. And now white starts rolling his pawn forward, and we have only 2 more games to go. So yes, meanwhile, do hit the like button, chat, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And let's go. The last 4 rounds, 5 out of 7. Meanwhile, the Prague Chess Festival is going on, and I think Pranav was playing in Hungary, if I'm not wrong. So lots of chess action in Europe. Lots of chess action. Surya is playing in France along with Mihail Arjun and Leon Mendonca. And my game has started against Mikhail Mekadlishvili with the black pieces. Pretty strong grandmaster from Georgia. Goes for the good old London. Just going for the main lines here. What am I supposed to play here after this early queen b3 without h3? I think just queen c8. h3, there's bishop h5. Bishop e2, bishop e7. Yes, I mean, all these kids are scary, no? The ones, juniors from 2 to 7. And then there's, I think there's elite bunch of 10 or 20 kids. Alright, let's focus on the game part. I do remember some c into d4, into d4, queen d7. Kind of weird. The idea of bishop d6. This is, I think, a structural idea. Kids are scary in general. It's true, Anshik. Not just we're not just talking about chess there, are we? That has a pretty wide meaning, I think. Queen d7 now, bishop d6 is an idea. This is a general idea, and I played something similar to this. Thank you, Hawk. You know, you have complained about me ignoring you a lot, but with that comment, you have earned my attention. g5, this knight h5, knight f4. You might be one of the best mods around the house. Yeah, but now what about a6, b5, b4? Okay, b5. I'm not inclined to castle yet because I don't see any threats. Yeah, this is his point. He wants to get his knight to c4. Good strategic play by my opponent. What if I play the knight to e4? Then he gets knight to c4 anyway. So it's not as simple as I imagined it to. I think I had to be a bit careful with this. What I did. Just go with knight e4 and see. Take it knight to b4 now. Maybe he just doesn't mind that. Get this queen to c4. Or this queen can also go to b7. The idea of b4. f3 with knight g3. Am I missing some ideas related stuff? Not really, yeah. It should be safe to do this. This knight feels so offside here. I'm having second thoughts about this. What I did. But it's very important to play with absolute confidence in such situations. Especially where you feel like you've messed up strategically. Let's just go for this. See what happens. I won a pawn and now I lost a pawn. And thus I have completed the circle of life. The whole thing was based on one tactical trick which I think my opponent has seen. And it's a bad feeling when you're getting strategically outplayed. Although maybe being tactically outplayed is worse. Just being outplayed is not a great feeling. The end of everything is just cruising along here. Good game by Mikudlishvili, I think. Just good game. I really shouldn't have done this knight g3, I think, in hindsight. Should I just come back knight f6 and took the knight to d7. I don't like my score of 5 out of 8. Feels too low. So it's a considerably better title Tuesday though. Out there in the top, Big Fish has also lost. How did Champ 2005 do? Oh, Aditya had won the previous game. This one he's making a draw. And Ronak is winning. He's beating Shimano. So he will move to 6.5. That's pretty promising for a top 5 finish. That is indeed pretty promising. And Bharat is also there with only 4.5 out of 7. And not doing great in this game either so far. It's a pretty high rated game for the number of points. And these last 2 seconds are nasty stuff. Nasty time scam. Knight into g4 check. Bharat has done well here. But I think white is still holding. Oh, now he takes the pawn, but he will lose this pawn. This should end in a draw. Yeah, a5 pawn. Oh, now he's winning this pawn. But he wins the f6 pawn. So knight d5, knight into b4, and should be a draw. I think white is happy to take a draw. Oh, he missed king into c4 there. Did you see this? b1 queen, knight c3 check. That could have turned nasty for Bharat. But his opponent kind of happy with the draw, not looking for that opportunity to get more. And now knight e6 and he's lost that pawn and Bharat is going to win this one. Yeah, he's going to win this one. Now it's a zugzwang. And Bharat moves on to find out how to play. So that's all the Indian games after round 8. And look at the standings. There's Jeffrey Chong all the way up at the top. Hikaru with 6.5 along with Ronak, who's the top scoring Indian. A lot of people at 7 out of 8. Arvind is also there at 6 out of 8. Not bad. How did he win those games? Abhimanyu with 6 out of 8. And Bharat with 5.5. Pranav also with 5.5. And on 5 out of 8, there's me. And Ginger GM Gotham Chess. I guess all the YouTube people are at 5 out of 8. I know, right? Gurkirat. It's same with me. It's very relatable. Super relatable. Yeah, I guess that's the standings for the moment. 5 out of 8 and 3 more games to go. I think there's also a break at the end of the 8th round, guys. So we'll be back in about 3-4 minutes. We'll be back before the round 9 game begins. And meanwhile, do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll be back pretty quickly.
Welcome to the World Rapid Championships from Warsaw, Poland. We're about to get going. Magnus now forcing the king closer. Yeah, this is very tricky for the Georgian player. No, and he blunders his rook.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. He blunders his rook. And Magnus wins the game. And that was a lesson in just pressure. Duda, he has 3 pawns more than his opponent. Duda has won 3 in a row. He's getting off to a fantastic start. Gunina and Kostenyuk, 2 players with a perfect score. They're going to be facing each other. Kostenyuk once again has turned it around. And for the first time in the game, Gunina is down on the clock. Gunina is going to have to resign what initially looked like an amazing game from her. Magnus still has the threat on the pawn. There's the threat of rook f2. Magnus was actually very clever in how he just avoided the trade. And Shiro has lost on time.
So we have 3 players in first place right now in the open section.
This round, it's Alireza Firouzja and Magnus Carlsen.
I think Magnus is going to wrap this up really quickly.
The king moves away from the check, Magnus maneuvering his knight to a superior position. And Alireza resigns the game, the number 1 and number 2 players in the world right now. And Magnus Carlsen coming out there victorious, needing a win here if he is to have a sole lead. Magnus just simply retreating the king 1 step back. There's no stopping him from getting a queen on the next move. He's gonna win it, and he's gonna take the lead in this tournament. Carlsen playing against the youngster from Uzbekistan.
Abdusatorov has beaten some really strong players in this tournament, and that makes me kind of optimistic about his chances against Magnus here.
And Magnus now is going to give up another pawn. Wow, look at this. For the second time, Magnus is giving up pawns in order to just get rid of them. There's a check coming in here from Abdusatorov, and Magnus resigns. Abdusatorov takes the lead after a win against the reigning champion. Carlsen will have the opportunity to strike back with the white pieces against Nepomniachtchi.
Magnus is probably regretting this knight cd5. Now he's definitely forced to be playing for the draw.
He's not going to be catching Jan Nepomniachtchi.
That was surely a very disappointing game with the white pieces.
It's the big matchup of this round. If Kostyanyuk makes a draw with the black pieces, she will be crowned world champion.
I would have to give the edge to white in this position because of the permanent nature of black's king problems.
I agree that this is an advantage for white. What? It's over! Kostyanyuk is the champion!
Yes, Kostyanyuk, she had a wonderful tournament, a very convincing first place with 9 points.
Alexandra Kostyanyuk, the new women's rapid world champion.
Nakamura facing off against Carlsen. We've been waiting for this pairing, and it couldn't have happened at a better time when everything is on the line.
Magnus moved his rook and no longer is trapping that king on the edge of the board.
Yeah, I mean, rook a5 is a pretty good move, but also king g2, as you said. And
Magnus gives it up. It's a draw, and the rules of the event stipulate that only the 2 players with the best tiebreak score will be allowed to play the playoff. Third place, then the bronze medal for Carlsen. It is Abdusatorov getting ready for the game. He will be facing Jan Nepomniachtchi of Russia. And Black's king doesn't manage to get back to defend the pawn. So Jan Nepomniachtchi is steering this game towards a draw. And that means Norderbeck is going to have the match ball with the white pieces in the next one. Nepomniachtchi getting rid of that last black pawn. Norderbeck getting rid of the white pawns. The guys shake hands. The white king is trying to run away.
Welcome back, chat. Welcome back, and I'm playing against Gotham Chess. This is going to be an interesting battle. Let's see how this goes. Today I'm playing Gotham for the first time now. I wonder if Gotham is also streaming this one. Oh, it seems like he's not back yet, or either that or he's fixing his OBS. But either way, I'm not complaining. There he goes. Goes for the King's Indian defense. I'm not shying away from that. Yeah, I would like to get my bishop to g2. I didn't want to allow this though. This is not a great move on the queen. Now I'll have to develop. Now I'll have to play b3. It's not my comfort zone. h3 he goes bishop f5, yeah? Of course he can also drop all the way back. Let's just ask him questions. It's not going to be an easy decision. Not quite unexpected though. try this. Getting the pawn to b5, knight to the b4, have queen a4 check, and I'm not sure if that's even working though. Queen, knight into b4, queen a4 check, knight c6, d5, and here's knight into d5. I missed this. There I kind of just blended a pawn. Yeah, I just blended a pawn there. Gautam is the kind of player who sees these things. Yeah. Just trying to develop quickly and pretend that was a strategic sacrifice.
Just another doorway to open up and see.
Shv3, bishop d4. Yeah, he's just doing all the normal development moves. I'm gonna get an e5. So then he just moves knight away. And he has a really solid position. So I'm not really getting anywhere. Now I'll try to get an e5. Because he's not gonna take it. Rook to e1. Just try and get some pressure going. Is Gautam also streaming people? Gautam also streaming chat? Getting this knight to c6, getting it to good places, but I don't like the confidence with which he's been playing so far. It's a good call for him to take that pawn quite early in the game. I kind of blended it. He's kind of just... I don't have bishop at c5. You shouldn't really be having it. Just keep going with confidence. I blended this pawn kind of on purpose. Just trying to get my pieces in good places for the moment. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Interesting insights from the Twitch community. So he doesn't even know if he's playing a Grandmaster or not. Such a cool and interesting psychological experiment. Getting knight g4 or knight d7. Just get this bishop to g4. Knight d7 is there. He'll come f5 and now let's draw back. Significant time advantage. The position isn't great. How do we create some pressure here? This is not a great strategic move, but I think the situation demands it. Need the knight on e5. Not an option to draw back. Can draw back this knight though. Trade off these bishops. Just don't feel great about allowing this knight to lord over pieces on e4 from e4. That came in one more earlier than I don't like. I feel like I'm starting to get some pressure on it. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm taking this one. The time factor really helping that. I was down for most of the game. Meanwhile, Ranak doing well. He drew that one, so 7 out of 9. But he needs 2 wins out of 2 to finish in the top 5. And Abhimanyu is also in contention. He also has 7 out of 9. Hikaru having an interesting position. He has time, but his opponent is also a pretty decent blitz player, and his position is hopeless. His position is bad. He's down by a pawn, and there are just so few pawns, so it doesn't. I can't see how he can win this. Arvind is drawing this one against Denis Lazovic, who I guess you know by now. So let's not spend too much time here. But yeah, that's Aradhya is also playing. Aradhya is playing not a good score though. He's gonna lose this one. Now let's see if Hikaru manages something heroic here. This game I have a feeling is going to go for some time. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much. And do hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you like that well. Thank you. The kings. Knight d5, knight b4. Look at how Hikaru tricks people. Now it's a draw. And he will go to 7 out of 9. No way white can win this. White can get flagged though, so you gotta be careful. How is Andrikin doing? 6.5 out of 9. But not great here. So less time for black though. Almost black there. Thank you, good lad. Oh, bishop g4 is nice. Hikaru meanwhile has drawn his game, and we have only like the last few games going on, and just 2 more rounds. Well, Sente, you can always go for 420 likes. Guys, but what? There are only 69 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. There's more than 100 people watching. What are you guys doing? Let's get it over 100. Come on. Just trying something different for fun. Hikaru's playing against Ronak. Interesting. The Leningrad Dutch. Yeah, 6 out of 9 is my score in any case, so you're not messing anything up. What if it was bishop e3? Can go e5, d d6, and then c6. This is not unusual in these Dutch setups. The Leningrad Dutch. And now we'll take this pawn and b3, there's knight g4. b3, there's also potentially f4. And also get the queen out into the game. It's a pretty comfortable position out of the opening. I had knight h5. Do I still have it? think knight h4 was good the previous one. Knight g4, this bishop d4, but knight h5 and f4. Let's get this out first. The problem is a5 is a big problem here. This was clearly not desirable. How do we power ahead with confidence though? Not really sure I'm doing a great job here. If I can get this pawn to f3, it will be worth it. Playing against the bishop. I wish it was as easy to play with black as it is with white. I wonder why there's such a big difference in that. My opponent is so low rated on chess.com blitz, of course. Shouldn't really worry. Just ruin this. Knight into d6, I want to go f3 anyway. Knight into f7, then I'll take the queen. Bishop g2 out of bishop h3. This can get dangerous for me. Just try repeating once. He's a pawn up. Come on. You're a pawn up. Fine. If you insist. This is such a good strategy by him though, to kind of waste my time. Queen h3 is rook g1, so not much of a threat. Let's try d4. D takes this. Queen takes, he has rook d1. I'm getting a bit frustrated here. There's so many interesting lines here, none of it seem to be working. I was looking at this f2. Just go for this. Here's knight e6 to start with. Oh, this is good for us. Time situation has become kind of equalized. Not a good thing. I need to play faster. Queens can get traded now. Oh, this doesn't feel so great for me. But yeah, he can keep this queen on this diagonal and he's safe for the moment. Yeah, his play does feel awkward. Now he get the pawn to g. Queen to g3. Post which we should be safe. Trying for some rook c1 related stuff. I need to be careful that I don't blunder anything. Get the queens off the board. Now I'm honestly not playing for not too ambitious anymore. Everything I threw at him has kind of been utilized. So yeah, I think he will be happy with the draw too. Why did I do that? This puts me in a safe space for now, I think. Now this should be a draw. I wanted to win that game. My opponent was just too solid. Raunak defeated Hikaru. Guys, he's on 8 out of 10. Raunak managed to defeat Hikaru. Wow. So Hikaru is not going to win the title Tuesday. And Raunak could be the person. I don't feel bad about losing to Raunak at all now. And what a performance by Raunak. He's out there. Raunak is with 8 out of 10. Pranav has 6.5. Sorry, 7.5. Bharat has 7.5. These guys are pretty regular in the title Tuesday now. Abhimanyu with 7. I don't mind my 6.5, but I don't want to play against Gigalgo in the last round. Come on, guys. This has been a strong title Tuesday, no? Who is Raunak up against? Durar Bedi. I'm having this opening for the third time in this title Tuesday today. Chat, are you guys enjoying? I would have kind of preferred to finish nice and easy. I can still finish nice, but it's not going to be easy. Bishop c6, b3, bishop a4, b8. This is going to be a opening up the position because I have bishops. b3 check, do we care? h1, b2, b1, c3. It's not totally clear though. Trying to get some h6 in, but b3, king f1, b2, I think we have big problems here. Chat. I played Jigalco in the last round of Aerofloat Open, classically. And I was in massive trouble, but I managed to save that game. It ended in a draw. Should be for I want to get in h6. This was my idea. Is knight into b1 just losing though? I hadn't seen this option for me. Knight into b1 is a big problem. So knight into b1 takes and knight d2 check, or even something like knight e3. And Ricalco likes to take his time. He likes to play slow. Knight into b1, I can consider queen into b1 as well. But then after c3, it doesn't really feel like I have any chances in the game anymore. You know, with my queen buried out there on b1. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. Knight to c3. Strong. Kind of ensuring that I can't get my no option but to do this. Queen. Then finally I'm rook down. But I think it's still complex, the position. Queen b7 is bishop f3. Queen b4 is queen c3. It's still complex between the position and he can just go queen b7 and knight d5. Yeah, now knight to d5. Bishop d4 is a threat. Last ditch attempt. I just missed this move completely. Bishop c7 check plus queen e6. Can take bishop to g7. I'm not gonna get much about that. Six he always has queen c6. Way too many pieces. Only a queen and bishop. He has only 5 seconds, but this has 1 second increment. Last digit. Probably saw that coming. This is defensive move queen g6. And now it's game over. Now he has more than enough time. Okay, we tried, we failed, and now we look at Raunaq's game. A lot of losses in this title Tuesday. Not a great feeling. Ronak is losing though. That's worse. He's losing all these pawns, but it's time table zone, so there is room to outplay. There's room to bamboozle the opponent. Rook is incoming to e7. Bishop c5, yeah, this is knight d6 check, rook e6. All these moves coming. Ronak could yet win this, guys. Ronak could yet win this. These kind of situations very tricky for black. No time. Knight f5, knight into h6. He's on top of his game now. It's but how does he keep the initiative going? Yeah, he repeats once, but he has to try and win. Yeah, now he finds rookies. Oh, queen b1 check. Wow, his opponent not having enough time to find that. He's still in with a chance. Oh, king, that rook e2, rook. No, this is tricky. He has to just go king g1. He does it. He does it just barely within time, and now he's winning this one. So Ronak is in the top 5. What a win there. And with that, Ronak moves to the top 5. He moves to the top 5. What a crazy win there. Yeah, and Durar Billy writing in the chat, queen b1, but he just didn't have enough time to see that during the game. So let's get the updated standings, and Ronak is in the top 5. He's in the top 5. He's just there in the 5th place. An early defeat that's spoiling his tiebreak. Hikaru with the 16th place along with Grishchuk. Pranav has 7.5, and so does Arvind. I would also like to finish at 7.5, but not good enough play. Abhimanyu with 7. A few games still going on. Aditya Mittal is still playing. He's losing though, and he's completely lost. Yeah, e7 check and rootless e8. It's lost. So Aditya will also finish with 6.5. He's still playing though. Doesn't want to. Alexei Shiro with 6.5. Okay, that feels a bit better for my self-esteem. And I think that was a fun title Tuesday, wasn't it? A lot of fun. And Ronak getting there in the top 5. Sweet. Some pretty interesting games overall, I think. Oh, Indian Star finishing with 4 out of 9. That's kind of brutal. She had 4 out of 5 at one point, and then I ended up losing the last 6 rounds. Kind of brutal. But chat, was it fun? I had a lot of fun playing today. Lot of interesting games, especially I think the last game was one of the more interesting games out there. And I'm just curious if I had a chance at any point towards the end. I really don't think so. It was not a great game from me. Oh, I was still within a chance. I had queen c3 and queen 1. This was not such a bad position for me according to the comp. g3 was not great. Yeah, that's a pity. But here it seems like he had only queen b7 check and this knight d5. This was precise. And in my defense, I just didn't see those defense when I played g3, which was not easy to find for him either. But okay, GG's Recalco. Yeah, Hikaru does that more often than not. I could have done a lot better with my accuracy though on this title Tuesday. 27-54. I think Harika's Women's Chess Championship match was today. I think it was today. But I'll confirm. Alright chat, that was a lot of fun. Loved doing this with you. And if you liked it, again, do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'll be back for, guess what? Guess which my next stream will be. I'll be back in a few days. back on chess.com India with an ensemble cast with a very with lots of amazing people, and it's gonna be fun. So I hope you're excited too. I hope you're as excited as me. It's gonna be the candidates. Yes, Anshika, I'll be back for the candidates, and that begins this. Where does it begin? That begins this 17th. 17th is what day? Friday, right? Yeah, that begins Friday the 17th, 6:30 p.m. Indian time. So do tune in there, and meanwhile, once again, do subscribe to the channel to get updates on the different videos and streams, and a lot of exciting videos also coming up pretty soon. So this was fun, and thank you so much, and look forward to doing this with you again pretty soon. So candidates it is. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. Watch out for the updates, Janvi. It will be up pretty soon. It will be confirmed and up pretty soon. So watch out for that. It has some pretty big names from the Indian chess scene. Pretty big names. You know, names as big as you can, as big as it can get, for amongst the Indian chess players. I guess the best of the best. And I'm not being narcissistic here. So yeah, do stay tuned for updates there. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. See you all.